What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. All right, we're good to go. Another early stream. Let's get it, guys. Give everybody a few minutes just to jump in. Ricky, what's going on, brother, man? TJ, what's going on, brother? How you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. First Sunday with no football. Until next week. Just giving everybody a few seconds just to jump in, and we're going to jump right into this. Not going to be too long today, but let's cover a couple things. Make sure while we are getting started, make sure you guys hit that like. Hit the like for the algorithm. And let's just jump right in. So, looking at Milady, obviously this morning. Okay, let me make sure. Is everybody else's stuff working? Let me see. Looks like mine's working over here. So we'll just jump in. So starting off, did you guys see? Obviously this morning we hit our head exactly a little bit above where we tapped yesterday, right here at this 5.9. Looking like Milady really wants to pop out here soon, right? Really does looking very bullish for Milady. And let's pull up a couple things right here real quick. Bitcoin, obviously today is Sunday. You know, we always see these little sell-offs on Sunday, right? Just typical Sunday. You know, Bitcoin really not selling off much, but you can see obviously we broke that 43,000, sitting at around 42,900, we'll call it. And let's just zoom in a little bit on Bitcoin and see exactly what's going on. So you guys can see the one thing that I'm looking at for Bitcoin particularly is going to be this 200-day SMA right here. You can see we've literally, as in the last week, we've been really respecting this line. So as long as we're holding above this 200-day SMA, which is pretty much right here at the 42,750, as long as we're holding above that, I think this week we're definitely going to see some solid movement. As we get it back into the weekdays, Monday through Friday, that's usually when you see the volume start to just jump back up. And hopefully this week will be a solid week. We've seen a lot of sell pressure die out on a lot of these big institutions. So I think we have the green light to where I've been saying for the last few days, even for the last week or two, as soon as Grayscale really gets where they need to be as far as liquidity and the sell pressure drops, as long as we don't have any other kind of like curveballs thrown at Bitcoin particularly or the crypto market, we're probably gonna see a natural move up for Bitcoin moving back towards these $44,000-$45,000 marks. And obviously with that being said, the fact that we've been sitting with Milady has really been just looking so bullish, right? Even though we've jumped up from this channel, we're only up about a 10% move, right? Let's see, from the mid channel to where we're at right now, she's up about 9%. From these little spikes, she'll jump up about 12%. But the fact, and I'm going to show you what the whole market's doing right now, but the fact that the whole market right now is pretty much kind of like stagnant or sitting in the red, Milady has been seeing some nice movement, some nice volumes been coming in. I think if we can really get back into that 45,000 mark and we start eyeing maybe 50,000 coming up soon, we're going to see a big pump with Milady. I'm predicting. I really am. And I think it's going to be a lot sooner than a lot of us are anticipating. So, Eller, what's going on? TJ said he's all good. Nice. Real quick, guys, make sure every single one of you guys are hitting that like. Make sure you guys are hitting that like. Let's bring some people in. So a couple things today that I want to check out. First is yesterday, you guys remember I was telling you guys that I bought in on Miro. If you guys remember, I said Miro dropped down. And I'm going to point out a couple things. So we're going to get back to Milady, but I wanted to point out, so Miro yesterday dropped down to about 4 cents. I told you guys I bought in just for the hell of it, just because it still has a solid community. Yesterday's market cap was like around $48 million, and you can see Miro has jumped up 91% since yesterday for volume, and market cap up almost 80% as of yesterday. Definitely was a solid move. Still holding right now. I'm going to kind of wait. You know, Miro right now, I see, you know, the whole DeFi was kind of trickling off, you know, like just kind of coming back to normal. You know, it wasn't really going crazy like it has been the last few months. You can see a lot of these older projects like Miro, Dog with Hat, couple other projects, that have been solid the last few months, seeing massive gains. We're seeing a lot of sell-offs, right? But I told you guys this was probably about 4 or 5 days ago as Myro was coming down. I said, you know what? If Myro gets anywhere under around a $75 million market cap, I'm going to start looking into some spots to jump in on, right? Well, I'm glad that I didn't jump in too fast. And I caught Myro when it was about a $50 million market cap, about $48 million, right? So you guys can see as of today, Myro is going absolutely insane today. So I'm happy that I was able to snag up a nice little bag of Myro. Obviously, this is going to be on your Solana ecosystem. So just keep an eye on it, right? If we see anything, like I said, you guys, if it drops down to some of these market cap numbers, it's almost just a solid win, right? Just like I keep telling you guys for Milady. Milady, we'll jump over to the market cap for Milady. Milady's market cap right now sitting around $42 million, right? Such a freaking small market cap. The one thing with Myro is that a lot of people felt like they missed out, and we saw Myro do some crazy numbers in the last month or two where it was up to about a $250 million market cap. When it dropped down to 48 million, I was like, bro, this is a sure win right here. Just maybe even if it's short term, you can't lose when buying in on some of these projects, especially Myro that has a lot of hype right now. You know that it's probably going to do a rebound, maybe not up to $250 million, but most likely jumping back up towards that $100 million mark, and it's literally like $5 or $10 million away from that right now. So with Milady, again, like I said, we are around 42 million. She honestly is not looking bad, guys. For the week, you can see we are in the green. We did drop down to some lows over here, but since then, we have been slowly but surely moving up, making new local highs. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, we jumped up this crazy jump yesterday, about 10% out of nowhere, topping out around 59.4. Today, we jumped up to about 59.5, so made a new little local high, we'll call it, right? But pretty much really getting rejected almost at the exact same spot. So, the fact is that, right now, I keep telling you guys, we're at the mercy of Bitcoin, right? We're at the mercy of Bitcoin, and as long as Bitcoin's really sitting at around where it's at right now, we might see these little pumps here and there, but they're going to be short-lived for the most part until Bitcoin can really start moving up towards that $45,000 mark again and getting up towards 50,000. Once we get back up towards the 45, it's going to kind of confirm, and I don't mean just spike up to 45 and then drop back down. I mean holding above 44.5, around $45,000. Once we get that confirmation that we're going to kind of sit around that area, if not continue to move up, that's when you're going to see a lot of these altcoins kind of retrace back to where they were 4 or 5 weeks ago, right? And if we were to look for Milady just 4 or 5 weeks ago, it would probably put us somewhere around in this channel right here, somewhere around the 65 to the 70 mark. So, nothing absolutely insane as far as movement, us moving up maybe about another 15 to 20%. But what I keep telling you guys is we just keep stacking up. We keep kind of, you can see the uptrend since we bottomed out right here at around the 47. And this is why I've been screaming, not financial advice, but take advantage of these big dips. Take advantage of these big dips. I know it seems like we're just going to continue to drop down, but eventually we're going to find a spot for some support and we're going to start moving back up. And that's pretty much what we've done so far, right? I don't want to say we're out of the woods yet whatsoever because, things can reverse out of nowhere. But for right now, looks like that 47 mark was a solid spot for some support, and we just continue to slowly but surely move up from here. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Looking at the crypto bubbles for the day, you guys can kind of see it's a Sunday, right? Typical Sunday. A lot of projects are in the red, but not dramatically in the red, right? A lot of them, as I'm looking, 2-3%. You have a couple of these big bubbles which are just going to be your projects that are kind of moving today right now while the market's not really doing much, but probably going to be short-lived, like Luna Classic. That's awesome as far as Luna Classic moving, but you guys already know how we all feel about Luna Classic for the most part, right? For the most part, I just stay the heck away from that project. So, but all in all, like I told you guys, it's pretty much about 60-70% in the red, and you have these little dots that are up as far as projects that are moving, here and there. But if you really look, other than Luna Classic and this project right here, I believe this is Flare. Yeah, Flare's up 20%, and basically the other projects that are up are only about 4 to 5%. So everything's kind of just sitting tight waiting to see what's going on. Really, the big mover today, in my opinion, is going to be Miro. Miro is the one that really broke out today and is looking like it wants to rekindle some of these losses that it's lost. And I wouldn't be surprised if we jump up. This is a spot right here for some support. I mean, resistance was support right here at the 10 cent mark. That's going to be a big spot that we're going to probably be hitting our head on. You can see this 200-day moving average right here is right at the 10 cent mark. Isn't that crazy? Coincidental? It's literally right at this resistance it's met. So if we do jump up, we'll probably hit our head around that 10 cent mark. I'm not looking to sell. Honestly, I don't really have a big bag, right? So if we go up to the 10 cent, I'll be up a little over 2x. So, it is what it is. I might look to sell and maybe see if if it looks like we're going to be dropping down, but I don't know if Miro is going to even see another 4 or 5 cents again for right now. We could be going on for another ride, or this could be a dead cat bounce where, we found some bottom. Maybe we'll jump back up towards the 382 or the 0.5, somewhere around this 13 to 16 cent mark, and then start moving back down again, right? So I think if we jump up towards this 16 cent, and if it's fast moved, I probably will sell off, because that'll be like a 3, almost a 4x for myself. So can't get too greedy, right? That's one thing I'm learning with DeFi is just don't get greedy. Don't get greedy, guys. Now, looking at some of the latest news, nothing really lined up for everybody today. Just kind of looking to see if anything happens. Apple Vision Pro launches with blockchain-based metaverse game. It's kind of cool, right? Nothing too crazy. User interface bug and friend.tech calls traders to overpay 187 ETH for keys. Who the hell paid over 187? That's insane. I hope that's like a collective amount that like maybe 1,000 people, users ended up, paying, not just one trader. You always hear about like one rich person will make some crazy trade and pay like, especially on Ethereum, they'll like to trade like $1 million, they'll pay $1.5 million in fees to make a trade. It's like insane. Let's see here. So BP said, "Let's go, Milady gang. We are live here. Good weekend. We are having a solid weekend for Milady. We are." TJ said, "But keep a moon bag." Yeah. So you mean for Miro? Just keep a nice little solid bag. Because I mean, right now I got in at such a good price. I picked up a nice little solid bag. Now, like I tell you guys every time, and we're going to all go through this in the bull market, is the number one thing that you're going to tell yourself is, why didn't I buy more, right? And now that like Miro from just yesterday to today is up like 100%, I'm like, bro, why didn't I buy more, right? Why didn't I buy more? Because I bought in at like right at 5 cents, and then it actually dropped down to like 4 cents. I'm like looking at it this morning. I'm like, why the hell didn't I continue to dollar cost average in? Because Miro particularly, I'm not like this like big ass moon boy on Miro or anything like that. But at the same time, it meets my standards on like a project as far as at the time yesterday, market cap was at like $45 million. So that's a micro market cap, check. It has hype, check. And circulating supply is at around 95%, check. So those are like the three things that I'm looking for as far as, like jumping in on some of these projects that have potential, big gains ahead of them. Even though, you could look at Miro and you're like, well, we already kind of, Miro did have a big run, right? We made it up to about 25 cents and it looks like it got rejected at 25 cents. But since then, big retracement, right? Big retracement. This is the 4 cent mark that I was looking at yesterday that I didn't necessarily take advantage of. But I'm telling you guys, mark my words, you guys are going to go through it, and it's a good thing to go through, right? It's a good thing to go through, but you're going to sit there and tell yourself, and I think this is going to happen to a lot of us for Milady, is why didn't we buy more, right? Why the hell did we not buy more when Milady is up, like a 10x? You're going to be looking back and like, I could have bought, for $500, I could have bought what now equals out to $5,000. Like, it always happens. So, but let's look at a couple other projects while we have the charts up. So Bitcoin obviously at around 42,800. I think we're not really going to see much on Bitcoin for today. It's going to be kind of just sitting stagnant. Real quick, actually, I want to go back to Bitcoin real quick and see something. Oops, let me see. One thing that I am noticing, and I was telling you guys yesterday, is look how fine we are trading. You saw this little bit of a drop yesterday, but bounced cleanly on this 200A. But we're back to like trading real fine. A lot of times when Bitcoin does this and it really starts staying in this like real small like price range, there's usually an indication that there's going to be some kind of a breakout. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, because I noticed the same thing. We don't necessarily, for me personally, I'm not seeing any kind of indications that we're going to like, it's a confirmation, yep, we're going straight up to 45,000, right? This thing easily could break tomorrow towards the downside. What I do say is that the narrative in Bitcoin, but crypto market as of this week has been looking pretty bullish, right? Everything's been looking pretty bullish. We went over some headlines yesterday, and everything was kind of looking like it. Even the headlines were like, Bitcoin broke 43,000, 50,000 coming up next, question mark, versus you go back 2 weeks ago and all the headlines were like, where is Bitcoin going to drop to? 30,000 coming up, so what I'm saying is it even seems, even in the news and stuff like that, that Bitcoin seems to be, back on a bullish move. I don't think we're going to see any solid big moves with altcoins, though, until we really can get Bitcoin back up to about 45,000. I feel like a broken record saying that, but, it's true. For whatever reason, alts don't feel secure. A lot of people aren't pumping the volume or the money into alts necessarily right now, given with Bitcoin sitting under $43,000, right? Looking at the Bitcoin dominance, still at the same exact spot it has been for the last few days at around 51.1. So, even Bitcoin dominance has gone up a little bit, but it really is just sitting tight. It's really just sitting there, not really doing much. Volume for today, to be expected, down about 6%. It's a Sunday, so you're not going to really see. Normally on normal weekends, we don't really see a lot of movement on weekends, especially Sundays, right? A lot of people just do not trade on Sundays, which, I don't blame them whatsoever. So, but looking at some of the projects right now, there's really nothing that is in the solid green other than on my chart. You have Myro that's up 41%, and you have Ladies that's up 3%. Let me see here. Solana's even down. Right now, you can see Solana sitting around 97 cents, where Solana's literally been at 97 cents for the last 3 days. I mean, it might spike up towards 98 and then drop down to 95, but it goes right back to 97 cents, right? So it just seems that, like I keep telling you guys, just right now the markets are on standby to see exactly what Bitcoin's going to be doing in these next few weeks. I think, honestly, these next few weeks are going to be a big, big mover for the crypto market. As we get closer towards this happening, I mean, I'm telling you, like I keep saying, if we don't get hit with any kind of curveballs or anything like that, I think we're going to really see some solid moves for Bitcoin and the whole crypto market. So Bitcoin price prediction as $8 billion trading volume floods in. Time to buy. See what I'm saying? Markets are even the news, is bullish, right? Compared to just a week ago. BlackRock's ETF surpasses Grayscale in daily trading volume. Good for them. Grayscale is on my crap list right now. Causing us to make a big dip. Just looking at some of the headlines, nothing really stands out, oh my God, look at this, what's going on. Nothing too crazy. You guys have any projects you guys want to check out? Let me know. Put it in the chat. We'll definitely look at some stuff here. See if there's anything going on with DeFi. We already saw all this, so this is all old news. Let's look and see if CoinDesk has anything particular that we haven't seen. U.S. government seems to be closing in on Bitcoin mining. Gene said he wants to look at Floki. Let's check it out. I'm not going to lie. I have not looked at Floki and it's been some time. Bet you if I zoom out, there's like a fib retracement back like 6 months ago. Let's look. Maybe I used a different chart. I feel like Floki's one of those sleepers, right? Like, it's just not really back. I think Floki was in the last bull run, I believe, right? And it really, from what I've never really paid attention to Floki. I'm not even going to lie with you. I always heard about it for a while. But you can see, let me see here. See, I don't like, this chart only goes back to 2023, and it's just not correct. $2021. Here we go. Just wanted to see something real quick because I had fib retracements all in Floki. Maybe I just didn't save it on my charts, but yeah. So with Floki, you know, I think Floki is probably one of those projects, like I said, one of those sleeper projects where you really don't hear a lot about it, right? You don't hear a lot of people talking about it unless they're like diehard in the project, right? Other than that, you really don't hear about it. It's never really making any news, nothing like that. You know, looking at Floki, it is, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Coin market cap just like freeze on me. Yeah, it froze on me. Looking at Floki, though, I will say the fact that it's on like Binance and stuff like that, this thing has potential to really do some big things. Market cap's only at around $264 million. So such a small market cap for a meme coin. Trading on Binance, and I know it's on like crypto.com, KuCoin. You know, you have a lot of these big exchanges that it trades on. So, I mean, I think Floki might be one of those sleeper projects where a lot of people have kind of like Dog Elon, right? Like Dog Elon, it's on a lot of major exchanges. It's been just so like put on the back burner that you don't really hear about it, right? So really for Floki, what I would say is not even giving out any TA. Just honestly dollar cost averaging in on this project if you believe this is going to be a project that comes out in the bull run to come melt some faces, because you can see, I mean, obviously there was a nice move whenever it kind of bottomed out back here in of September, right? Everything kind of moved with it. This is when a lot of the projects started to really take off, and you can see since then it's been slowly but surely kind of bleeding out, but still holding its gains, right? So let me see if I can draw some kind of a fib retracement on Floki real quick, just to see if we can maybe. Yeah, so you can see Floki right now is just hugging on that 618 as some support right here. Look at this. Sitting beautifully. I mean, it's bounced multiple times off the 618. So, I mean, this is a solid spot. What I would say on Floki is if it breaks at 618, that would be a good accumulation zone. So, anything under pretty much where it's at right now, breaking the 618 would probably be a solid spot to accumulate if this is a long-term project for yourself, right? But, I mean, for the most part, you can see, and I'll let me pull up this 200A SMA. So you can see this is going to be your 200-day 200-day right here, moving average, right? And you can see the 618, it's holding. A pivotal spot though for it to stay bullish is going to be above the 618, which is going to be around this 26 mark. So as long as it's staying above this 200-day at around the 26, Floki is going to be pretty bullish. I wouldn't be surprised if it does break the 618 at some point. It probably will retest this 200-day, which is honestly natural. You know, a lot of projects recently have done this where they've dropped down and bounced up off the 200-day and necessarily didn't take off, but just kind of confirmed that it's still, you know, a bullish project, and it's pretty much just waiting for the market to take off. So long term, Floki probably will be a solid project, honestly. Accumulation, anything under this 27 at the 618, anything under here would be a solid spot for some accumulation. And then obviously, you know, you're going to have these spots that are going to be solid resistance. The 0.5 at 31, you can see right here at the 382 at the 35, right here, you can see it's hit its head cleanly on this. So all these next fib retracements are most likely going to all be solid spots for some support. Resistance first before it can actually form some kind of support. ABK, what's going on? TJ said he wants to look up Theta. Bro, I haven't heard about that project in so long. Looks almost exactly like Loki. Like Floki. I said Loki. Looks almost like Floki on the sense of just look how the 200-day comes. You can see it had a nice little move, topped out right here at $1.44, but now it's just sitting right above the 200-day moving average, and that's what a lot of projects are doing right now. I'm sure if we went down a list of like 20 projects, they'd all have different price spots that they're at, but they all look similar as far as what the charts are, because sitting above this 200-day, that's what most of the projects are doing right now. A lot of them all did the same thing where they confirmed, broke above the 200-day, went on a nice ride about 4 or 6 weeks ago or something like that, and since then they have kind of retraced and have getting to a lot of spots where a lot of them are trying to hold the 618. You can see for Theta, this thing bounced right at the 618 at around 90 cents. And since then, it really hasn't done much. It's hit its head right here at the 0.5 at around $1. That dollar obviously is going to be not just a pivotal spot for resistance, but a mental spot, right? I don't know what it is, but it's like whenever, for Milady, whenever we drop a zero, it's a big spot for resistance because people look at the price different, right? Just dropped to zero. Same here, 97 cents. It goes up to $1 right where it's at. It's basically getting out of the cent and going into the dollar mark, right? Big spot for a mental resistance area. So right now I feel like it's probably going to teeter-totter in between the 618, which is around 90 cents, and then most likely keep hitting its head or break above this dollar mark briefly before going right back into this little channel right here that it's going to sit in until, like I said, all these projects are at the mercy of what Bitcoin's doing right now. Until Bitcoin can really start making some moves and getting back up towards that $45,000 mark, you're going to see all these projects kind of doing the same thing, really doing the same thing. It's almost like a boring price action, but if you kind of put away, all the boringness and you really, if this is like, let's say this project right here, you've looked at the fundamentals, you see the dev team, you see what's behind it as far as the project, and that's something you believe in, then this isn't a bad spot to be accumulating on not just Theta, but whatever your favorite project is, right? Whatever your favorite project is right now is not a bad spot probably where it's at right now because, like I said, they all look similar to where they're sitting, hovering right above their 200-day moving averages, but they're down from these local highs. So you're not buying in on this crazy pump. You've retraced a big chunk, but you're still bullish above the 200-day. That's all most of the projects are looking at right now. So right now would be a solid accumulation zone for 90% of your projects right now, right? So Gene asks, what's my my price prediction for Dogecoin? Gene was here yesterday, I think, was asking me about Shiba, right? He's into these not old school meme coins, but he's still holding on to a lot of these solid meme coins, right? The OGs in the market. The OGs in the market. So let's look at, and you know what? I'll always have respect for Dogecoin. I'll always have respect for Dogecoin because Dogecoin was the first crypto that I bought in on in 2020. My first buy-in on Dogecoin was around 3 cents. And I just continue to dollar cost average. And everybody knows my story. Some of the old school people in here are going to be like, oh, God, here we go with the story. Dogecoin is what I started off with, guys, and it was very similar to what we're at right now where, it wasn't exactly where we're at right now because let's say I bought into Dogecoin when Dogecoin was like back here on the charts, right? Because I bought in around 2 or 3 cents. It was back in 2020, but it was in a spot like this where it was just so boring. You're buying it was so boring. We'd have these little spikes, right? I remember we'd spike up to like from 3 to 4 cents, we jump up to like 7 cents, and then it would be like short-lived. That day, we're right back down to 4 cents, right? And I would just keep buying in. And I remember times where I was like, man, I'm getting sick of this. I was like, I am getting so sick of this, right? Little did I know that just 2 months from where I was getting sick of, at that current time and price, we were about to be going on a crazy pump. So that's why I tell you guys, just hold, be strong. I'm telling you, we're going to be getting into some fast moving price actions here soon. I'm predicting, Bitcoin's going to start moving back up really quick. And I wouldn't be surprised if we look back in a month or two and we're, looking at where we're at right now as like, wow, that was a good accumulation spot that we were in, because Bitcoin's going to probably be above 50,000 is what I'm thinking. But you can see for Doge, so we did have a nice little spike up towards around 9 cents. Obviously got rejected, sitting at around 7, almost 8 cents, right? If you really zoomed out on Doge, which I'm trying to, if I can actually, do what I need to do here. Dogecoin really, I feel like it's been around the same price action for so long, right? You can see where the green line is where we're at. You go back, look at these fibs that I have way back here too. But you go back, we've had these dips where it will drop down to 5 cents. And I will say buying in on Dogecoin at around 5 cents is not a bad buy, right? Because it's going to most likely go right back up to around 7 or 8 cents. Buying in on Doge right now, if it spiked up to 9 cents, I would say hold off, because you're going to probably get an opportunity to get back down towards around 7 or at least 8 cents. But what I'm getting to for Doge is I always will have respect for Doge. I always will have respect for Doge because it was like my gateway drug into crypto, right? And that's what they say about meme coins, is like it's the entry point for a lot of people. A lot of people will get in and start buying in on meme coins, and then most people will evolve, still hold on to meme coins, right? And still trade meme coins, but evolve into bigger projects, because now they're interested in, what does Ethereum do? What does Bitcoin do, and stuff like that. So I think meme coins are a good thing for the crypto market for the most part, right? I really do. I think it's that gateway of getting a lot of new users in. So always will have respect for Doge. I will, and Shiba. Now, as far as what do I think Doge is my predictions as far as bull run, was that the question? Yep. I think Doge is going to do solid. I think you guys are looking at probably with Dogecoin, let's say it's around 8 cents and we just start taking off into a bull run, right? Or not even a bull run, but we get into a bull market. I think topping out for Doge would be somewhere around 20 to 25 cents, right? That would be somewhere around a 3 to 4x from where it's at, because you have to remember Dogecoin, the market cap is so high. It's so high. It's so high that, it's sitting at like the 10th spot at around $11 billion, right? So we have to start remembering, these 10x's on Doge might not be necessarily happening ever again. Not saying that it won't, because you guys know that Dogecoin always has Elon behind it, right? And if Elon comes out like we've all been thinking it's going to happen in the last year, where he's like, all right, Twitter's using nothing but Dogecoin, right? Or space, just whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, you're going to see Doge spike up, right? If it has some kind of those, hype behind it. So that's why I don't write Doge off on possibly doing something crazy. But I think if it stays to where it is right now, and we get into a bull run, I think that it could probably jump back up towards around 20 or 25 cents, given how high the market cap is right now. So you can see it's sitting between the 786 and the 618, topping out right here at the 8 cents. It looks like it's been hitting its head on a lot and finding support at the 786 at around about 7.5 cents. So, right now, like I said, same thing. Look at the 200-day, right above its 200-day moving average, coming off of a big pump that we just saw a few weeks or maybe 2 months ago now. But all the projects look about the same, right? It's really going to be, what projects do you guys think are going to do the best in this next bull run is really what it's going to be. I think also for Dogecoin, back in 21, I just said this a couple times in the last couple streams, they didn't have as much a competition back in 2021, right? During the bull run for meme coins. Now that you fast forward to 2024, it's going to have a lot of competition for meme coins. So, I think Doge and Shiba need to break out of the meme coin realm and kind of do their own thing as far as, with their projects. And they have tried to be. They really have. Doge and Shiba are trying to be more than just meme coins with other, other aspects behind it and utility. So who knows what Dogecoin really can do. I think though in the long run, bull run, it's going to do some big things. I just think that potentially a project like Milady that's sitting at $40 million market cap is going to see bigger gains, right? I think we're going to see bigger gains. Now, we could be in the middle of a bull run or a bull market, and you can compare market caps. Doge is probably going to have a higher market cap, right? Because it's already starting off, if we jumped into a bull market, it's already at $11 billion. We can only hope and pray that Milady will get to a $11 billion market cap, because that would be like a 200x from where we're at right now. So as far as gain wise, I think Milady's going to do better as far as gains market cap. Doge could probably get back up to $20 billion market cap, right? Or even more, honestly. So now let's see here. TJ said Sponge V1 is discontinuing tonight at 11, and V2 should be coming out soon. Yeah, I've seen a lot of advertisement on V2 for sure. McLovin, I'm ready for Milady to set us free. I work in a racist workplace. Ready. I'm sorry, man. You got to work through any of that stuff, bro. I really am. I'm sorry. That's one thing I always tell everybody, right? Is, with Milady, with anything with crypto, honestly, is just the opportunity to get financial freedom, right? That's what I think a lot of us are looking for. Regardless if, let's say you make $100,000 on this next bull run. $100,000 isn't going to, I personally, I don't know what your financial situation is, but $100,000 isn't going to make you just stop working for the rest of your life, right? Unless you can flip that into, more money. But $100,000 could, like for our buddy McLovin, give you the opportunity to where you can give the middle finger to your current employer, and and you have at least that cushion behind you to where you can go and do something else, and you don't have to stress because you have a solid cushion behind you, right? Financial freedom. And I hope you get that, brother. I really do, because I'm sorry that you have to work through any of that crap. So hopefully crypto gives you that opportunity where you can get past all that, man. GJ said, did you ever check out Milady's memes on Dog with Hat homepage? No, bro, I did not. I didn't even look into it, honestly. I kind of forgot about that. So you're saying the Milady's memes on Dog with Hat homepage? What is? Can you explain what the hell's going on with that? I saw a couple other people talking about it, but never really checked into it much. Craig said he's at work. What did I miss? I mean, a couple of things. I said, that we hit our head again on this 5.9 for Milady, but everything's looking great. Everything's looking good. Like I said, if we can get Bitcoin back up towards 45,000, we're gonna see some solid moves. I was also talking about yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember. I bought in on Myro at around 5 cents, and it's jumped up towards around 9 cents for today. So looking solid. Troy said, "Good morning, Milady to the moon." Definitely. And TJ said that ICP is back up to 13 cents. I did see that. You guys know we're big believers in ICP for sure. We've been mapping ICP out for over a year now. And I was screaming to the hills. And I always keep telling you guys this. I was screaming to the hills that $2, $3 ICP was a steal. And look where it's at now. It topped out obviously at around 16 cents. But even now, you can see bounce beautifully off this fib retracement right here at around $9.50. And since then, it's been kind of, hitting its head on the next fib at around 13.5, finding support at around $11.20. And you can see it looks like it wants to go back out for a breakout. And this thing isn't far from its little local high that it made right here. You can see from where it's at right now at around 13 cents, it's only 26% away from its local high at around $16, right? So I've been seeing a lot of people throwing out predictions on ICP that are absolutely insane. I mean, I saw today it was like $1,500, right? I'm not saying that it's not going to maybe do something like that, but I think people are getting away from, like, the market cap is already at like what, $7 billion for it to go up 1,000x. That means it would be at like 1,000 times where it's at right now. It's like trillions of dollars in market cap. It's not happening right now. It's not going to happen. So let's see here. Craig said, oh, and let's look at, that's PRQ, right? I'm going to put it on my saved chart so I don't have to keep looking it up. Bruh. Ran up to 22 cents. Ran up to 22 cents. So if you guys have missed, me and Craig have been watching this, and everybody else, but we've been watching it because Craig said he bought in at around 13 cents. And I told him, I've been telling him not financial advice, but you see what's been going on, you can see even back here. This project, because it has a small market cap. It has a very small market cap. You can see people, what they're doing is they're jumping in. Market cap's at around $36 million, right? So it's even lower than Milady. When you have market caps that small, you're going to see these crazy gigapumps, but they're going to be short-lived for right now, right? Until this thing really starts moving. But you can see the trend is up, right? But as it's moving up, we're still getting these big gigapumps and then dropping down. Big gigapumps and then finding support, making higher lows, right? So I was telling Craig, it's a gamble. But if you can catch one of these big gigapumps, right? Like let's just say Craig's at 13 cents. So let's map out from 13 cents from where this last gigapump was. That was a 70% move right there, right? Now, if you're able to capitalize and find some kind of a top right there, reposition yourself, right? AKA sell your position and then maybe jump back in where you see it's kind of consolidating again, even though you're going to be buying in at a higher price that you originally got in on, right? But you just capitalized, made a 70% gain. Now, 70% gain, now you're going to write it down 20% if you were to catch where it's at right now. That 20%, that means all in all, if you put all your profits in, right, that you just made plus your initial investment, you're going to have 90% more in your bag. Now, imagine if you were to do that every time this thing spikes up, you would probably have 5x of what you started off with without having to put in any extra funds, is what I've been saying. So, however you guys do it, I'm just saying, if you can take advantage of some of these gigapumps, it could be maybe worth your while if this is a long-term project that you're believing in. But you have to remember the risk that you're taking, right? You know how it is when one of us sell or buy. When you sell, this thing's going to shoot up to $1, right? And then when you buy in, it's going to drop. You're going to buy in, think you're repositioning right here, and then it's going to drop down to 10 cents or something, right? So you know how it goes. It feels like it goes like that, right? But all I'm saying is just take advantage of some of these gigapumps. I know it's risky, and I'm not trying to encourage you to try to time the market, but if you can play it out properly, you might be able to double, even triple your position on some of these moves. So definitely check it out. And let me save this to our watch list so we can put this on our radar from now on. So there you go, Craig. I added it to the watch list, and we will keep an eye on this for sure. Gene said history showed every time that Bitcoin hit new highs, or Bitcoin hits all new highs. Let's see here. Then when the bull run Dogecoin starts, my opinion, I think Doge will pass $1. You know what, Gene? I'm not, and don't think that I'm trying to give you any FUD on where Doge is, because I said, 25 cents? I honestly, maybe this thing could jump up to $1. I think what you have to consider, though, is that, when Doge went back in 2021, when Doge went up to about 79, 80 cents, do you understand? I don't know if you were around, but the hype that was around Doge was absolutely, it was unfathomed. It was insane, right? The amount of volume that was coming in daily was by the billions, right? Doge went up to $80 billion market cap, and it got up to 80 cents. What you're saying at $1 would mean that Dogecoin would need to get up to $100 billion market cap. That, what I'm just saying is, could be a little bit tougher this time around because of the fact that it's not going to be one of two meme coins. It's going to be one of maybe 5 or 10 meme coins that are in the space right now that are trying to eat up some of that volume, eat up some of that hype, right? So you're going to have a lot more competition. The only way I see Dogecoin getting up to $1 is, like I said, something historical comes out to where like Elon has intertwined Dogecoin with some kind of a big company, and now they're using strictly Dogecoin for transactions or funds, which could easily happen, right? It easily could happen. So I'm not saying that it's out of the realm. I'm just saying this time around could be a little bit more difficult for it to really get up to those numbers that you're anticipating. So So let's see here. TJ said Moon Boys. Mark, what's going on, brother? Mike said, heck yeah, Craig. Definitely a holder. Nice. I see all you guys jumped on the PRQ train but didn't tell all of us, right? So now you guys are all up, and now we're all sitting here just watching you guys, right? I see what's going on here, guys. You guys see this? Ridiculous. Just kidding. Todd said, I sold all my FET due to the recent FUD. Thinking about putting my profits in NMR, but it pumped crazy today. No way I'm FOMOing in. So let's look at that. So let's look at Fetch. You guys all know. And Todd, real quick, let me know what FUD, like, is there anything going on with the dev teams or anything like that? I want to know because you guys know that I have been covering Fetch for the last, like, probably 8 months, a year. And another thing, just like ICP, I was screaming out. You guys can see all my charts and my resistance and support. I was screaming out when we had dropped down towards 15 cents and sat around 20 cents that I was buying in like crazy. And I did. I bought in like a madman, on Fetch AI. And I did sell when we got up towards 50 cents with anticipating that I thought we were going to be retracing. And we actually went up and made new local highs at around 70, almost 80 cents. So I didn't catch the top, but I did make some good profit off of Fetch AI. And I'm still watching because I would love to get back into the project, but I obviously want to buy in lower than what I sold at, in which it's 53 cents is not far from where it's at. But you can see something must be going on with Fetch because you can see it was holding very strong, holding this support right here at around 65, and since then it has broke and actually turned it into resistance. And you guys can see, it's looking like it wants to come down towards the 0.5 at around 48 cents, somewhere around there. Most likely that 0.5 is going to be a pivotal spot that it's most likely going to hold and most likely bounce as long as, nothing crazy goes on. Rumor said insolvency CEO says it's not true, but you never know. So Fetch AI right now is under attack. So with me, Todd, I'm willing to bet for Fetch AI, right? Because Fetch AI is a solid project. I really do believe in the dev team. I believe in the technology, autonomous blockchain, AI blockchain. It has its own blockchain. I think this thing can do so well in this next bull market, right? So maybe we can use that as some kind of a good thing for us, right? If you want to jump in, I hope, and I'm not trying to, dampen any of you guys' investments, but if this thing drops down towards this 0.5, like I told you guys, that's going to be around that 48. All hands on deck. I'm going to be buying back in. For sure. And I'm talking about buying in by the thousands of Fetch AI because I believe in this. If we were to ever get blessed and this thing maybe comes down towards the 200 at around 40 cents, solid buy because Fetch AI, the market cap is relatively small at around $400 million. When I was buying in on Fetch, it was at around $100 million. That was why I was like so big on buying in on Fetch, just because this project is a solid project. It really is. If you know the technology behind it, this thing is a solid project for sure, in my opinion. So real quick, guys, 20 people here, 13 likes. Come on, guys. What do you guys don't like me, bro? What? I don't understand. I come here, I spill my heart, and I try to tell you, just all I'm asking for is likes. Come on, feed me likes. Just kidding. But if you haven't already, hit the like. Come on, hit it. It's free. It takes 1 second. Come on. So let's see here. Mike said, yeah, I think it was a risk. I was doing a little research and PRQ came up and saw the market cap was super low and there was a lot of talk on it on the coin market cap. If I find another one, I'll chime in. Yeah, but this time, Mike, do it before you pump it, all right, bro? Let us know before you pump it, all right, man? So we can all jump in on it. I'm just kidding. No, but let us know. That's why we're always here, right? Let us know if any new projects that you see that maybe we haven't looked at or anything like that. I have PRQ on my watch list now, so if I see anything drop down, to any interesting levels, I might jump in because this thing's gonna follow up with a quick gigapump. So I would be interested in maybe swing trading PRQ. So TJ say buy. I'll buy more at 48. Exactly. That's what I mean for Fetch AI. That's what I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch this 48 mark right here at the 0.5. You can see it bounce plenty of times. So what I would do is probably start dollar cost averaging in at 48. I won't go all in, and I'll kind of wait to see if we're going to maybe bounce, and find support at 48. If it breaks 48, that's when we're going to really see some good spots to buy in on. I don't think we're ever going to see a 20-cent Fetch AI. I don't think it, unless maybe those rumors are true or whatever the case is. But for what's being said, and they can't really necessarily, the fudders can't really prove it for right now. I think if it does break, it's probably going to find some support at 0.5 and possibly be a nice little bounce, around there. So we'll have to watch it. We'll keep our eye on it. It is already on the watch list, so we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Keep one eye on it while I'm sleeping. Just watching that fetch. So you can see currently finding some support, hopefully right here. Looks like at the 100-day SMA at around the 57. We'll keep an eye on Milady as we are in the stream. Again, if you guys missed it, we did hit our head on Milady again at the 59. Pretty much exactly where we broke out here earlier. It was a little like a hair higher, right? But it was pretty much the same spot. So Milady just letting you know that she's here. We're here for the win, but not yet, guys. She's going to give you a little bit more opportunity to buy at some of these lower levels until we really start going crazy parabolic. So let's go and look. Let's see here. Miro back at 9 cents. So who yesterday remembers the stream, who was here, and I told you guys I bought in on Miro at 5 cents. Who was here? And I remember telling you guys, I was like, don't do what I'm doing, right? Because this thing could easily just break down out of nowhere. But if you did what I did, you'd be up 100% on your profits. You'd be up 100% right now. And I still haven't sold because I'm waiting to see. I think it's most likely going to come up and hit its head at this 10 cents, most likely. I'll look to see maybe if I'm going to sell at 10 cents and possibly reposition myself. But Miro, it still has hype. It still has hype in the Solana world. So this thing could easily continue to move back up towards its local highs at around 25 cents. So I'll be watching it. I didn't put in much. If I would have put in a lot of money, I probably would already most likely sold, just because of the fact that I'm up 100% right now. I probably would have sold and maybe waited for some kind of a dip, or if it continued, I wouldn't even have been upset because I just doubled my money in a day, right? But didn't put in a massive amount. I just put in pretty much what I had in my DeFi Solana, what I had in Sol. I swapped it over into Miro yesterday, which really wasn't much. It was like 2 Solanas or something like that. So it was really not much. So nothing too crazy for me to really be like, oh my God, I got to sell right now. Like, might as well just ride it out and see what it does. What's trending? So you guys remember Jupiter. We've been talking about Jupiter a lot since the airdrop. And what did I tell you guys? I told everybody on this channel, I love Jupiter. Love it, right? I love the swap. You guys know I do a lot of swing trading on Jupiter. You can long and short, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. So I do a lot of, I do a lot of swapping on Jupiter. So I love Jupiter. One thing I was telling you guys, a couple things. And I'm going to say it again just for anybody that's new or anybody that's in the back. Turn your volume up. Listen to what I'm saying. Jupiter just dropped, right? Gave out a lot on the airdrop. Perfectly fine. It's going to be a lot of sell pressure. So a lot of times when you see these projects drop, especially swaps, when they do the airdrops, there's going to be a lot of sell pressure. People are, even people that not only got the airdrop but also bought in on pre-sale, most likely are still up probably like a 2x. Anyone that's still left holding. So what I'm saying is I think this project is going to most likely still have a little bit more sell pressure. Me personally, staying away from it, because when these new projects drop, as far as with their coin, there's just so much sell pressure from the pre-sales, from the airdrops and stuff like that, that it's going to continue to most likely bleed out until it can find a solid spot for some support. It might trick you and think it found some support at 50 cents or 55 cents, and then next week it's down to 40 or 45 cents, right? Usually what these projects do is after like 2 months, 3 months, they'll find a spot for some support, and I was saying most likely this thing will probably drop down. Who knows? It could be at a spot right now and find some support, maybe start moving. But I think with the market cap still being at around $750 million, 3/4 of a billion, I think there's still a lot of people sitting on profits, and this thing might drop down to maybe about a $500 million market cap, which would probably put it around 40 cents is what I think. That's where I think the bottom's most likely going to be. Now, another thing that I was pointing out that I do not like is that the circulating supply is so small. So what Jupiter is going to be doing is in the next 3 years, this year included, the following year, and then the year after that, so 25, 26, they're going to release more airdrops, right? They're going to release more airdrops, which is going to cause more sell pressure. So, I think that, like I keep telling you guys, I don't think that the bottom's in yet for Jupiter. Could be completely wrong, but I think that if you're interested in buying in on this project, if you wait, I think you'll have potential to find that bottom if you have patience, maybe in the next few weeks or the next few months coming up. So that's why I just say be careful out there, right? So TJ said the complete opposite of what I just said, and he said Jupiter will hit $1. So no, I think it will, maybe eventually, right? Because I mean, right now the circulating supply is at around 1.3 billion, right? So for it to hit $1, it'd have to go up to a $1.3 billion market cap, right? But it'd have to do that this year, because next year the circulating supply is probably going to be another 13.5% increased, right? So that means for it to go to $1 next year, it's going to need to be at $2.5+ billion. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, just with Jupiter, I feel like, maybe waiting a little bit to jump in might be a little bit more of a beneficial for yourself, and maybe catching that bottom. But I think long term, Jupiter is a solid project. I love the swap. Love it. I really do. I love it. It's been doing massive volume. I think last week it did more volume than Uniswap, which Uniswap's like the number one, right? So, I mean, Jupiter definitely has everything in line. I just, like I said, for any project that just gets released, and especially with airdrops, it's always going to have this sell pressure at the beginning, right? But it takes, usually from what I've seen in history, it takes a few months for it to bottom out, and then it starts moving back up. So we'll have to see how it is. TJ said Jupiter buy at 30 cents. Yeah, exactly. Somewhere around there, I think it's going to find some. It's gonna definitely find some solid support, and then it probably will start moving back up. Mike said, I'm seeing this pattern play out on Milady from December 2nd, 23. It's doing the same thing before it pumped hard. Now just a theory, but I took that pattern and over and lapped it, and it's on par. It's on point so far. It's funny you said that, Mike, is I was looking at that as well. I think I mentioned this in the stream the other day. Let me shrink this down a little bit. And I finally bought in on TradingView, so we're going to have some better indicators too coming up. You notice there's no advertisement? They got me. I bought in. TradingView is expensive, guys. It really is. That's why, if you guys ever do want to support the channel, super chats are available. I'm just telling you, I'm not saying you need to, but if you want to support the channel, wasn't it? It's like $600 for the premium for the year, right? So, I mean, I was like, damn. I was like expecting it to be like $1.99 a month or something like that. No, they want like $60 a month, and they want you to pay it all in a year too, right? Or pay it all at once for that $60, because if you don't pay it all at once, then it's like $80 a month. I'm like, my God, outrageous. But Mike, what's funny is this was before the pump, right? This was before the pump, and you can kind of see we are having these like little gigapumps kind of thing, right? And it's like a wave kind of, right? And you can see right before we started shooting up, the charts kind of look similar, right? They look similar. So if this was to play out something similar, maybe we're somewhere around this area right now, right? Where we're seeing a nice little move. We're seeing some nice little local highs that we're making, right? maybe we'll see another retrace where everybody's like, oh man, Milady's going back down. The FUD comes out and then boom, we're out, right? This is why, and I thank Mike for even bringing that up, but this is why I always tell everybody, if you see these dips, push all the FUD to the side, push your emotions to the side, right? If you're financially able to, right? And I'm not giving out any financial advice, but if you're financially able to, I don't want you spending money on what you need to eat in a week, right? Next week's grocery money or your mortgage money or whatever. We're only spending money that's sitting in shoe boxes or in the bank account that's just collecting dust, right? Instead of you buying some pointless thing on Amazon, maybe you dollar cost average in and catch these bottoms on these dips when everybody's scared, right? And we're getting to some of these numbers where everybody's terrified. I personally, I don't think, because the community has built since we've been in these little areas right here, the community has gotten a lot bigger, that I don't think that we're going to see, a 30 mark. Maybe we will. And I guarantee if we do see anywhere in the 20s or 30s, even in the 40s, people are going to go nuts and it's going to be very short lived, right? But what I'm saying is, even if we retrace back towards, these lower 50s or maybe the higher 40s, we do a little bit of a retracement, could be the best of your, it could be a good move, because you guys know that a pump is we're any day now, right? Any week now, any month now, we're going to have a solid pump again. And hopefully this time around, Bitcoin is going to start making some moves and staying above some of these levels, $55,000, $60,000. And that's only going to help projects like Milady for us to get back up to these local highs and exceed it. So pretty much what I'm saying is if anytime you guys see these dramatic moves, that's what I've been doing, is just dollar cost averaging in, adding to my bag. Just keep dollar cost averaging in and adding to my bag, right? I always keep a little bit of dry powder on the side, and I'm like, all right, we see these dramatic moves. I'm just watching it, and boom, I buy in, right? We see these moves, boom, I'm buying in. So, and that's pretty much for any of your projects, right? Not just for Milady, but any projects that you guys believe in, because when this bull run comes, it's going to be fast. It's going to be fast, and I mean like how fast we get up to these levels, and you're going to be looking back, like, holy crap, just 3 weeks ago, we've already 2x'd, right? Now the same money that you're going to put in and buy in on Milady, you could have got double if you had bought in 2 weeks ago at some of these levels, right? So don't forget that March 8th is coming soon. Thank you for reminding us, Tim. So a lot of people have been talking about March 8th. Well, yesterday I'm like, what the hell is March 8th? And if we have any ladies in here, I love you guys. So don't think that I'm like I don't have it marked on my calendar with a big red heart. March 8th is Women's Day. Yeah. Right? No, but I mean seriously, with all jokes aside, I'm like, what the hell is March 8th? So March 8th is International Women's Day, right? And if I'm not mistaken, that was a year ago that Elon Musk tweeted an NFT of ladies, right? Wouldn't that be freaking insane if he tweeted it again? Wouldn't that be crazy? I think the Dogecoin people will probably be coming after us for sure if they start seeing Elon posting stuff about ladies. ABK said praying hands rocket ship, right? Even if he doesn't tweet anything, it doesn't matter, right? It does not matter, because we're still on point. Like, we're still on track to do some big things here, right? Obviously, him tweeting or any kind of publicity on ladies is a plus, right? They say, they have that saying, even bad publicity is good, right? So Mike said, plus we have a big ass W on the 15, 30, and 1 hour chart. Do we? I wouldn't be surprised. Really, other than, yeah, are you talking about this W right here? This beautiful W right here? I think that W already played itself out, though, if this is the W you're talking about. Let's look at, like, the daily chart here. Yeah, that's what he was talking about. But look at this. Now that you brought up the daily, look at this W right here. This is on the zoomed out on the this is the 1 day chart. You can see a solid little W pattern right here. So And now when you start getting into like when you're looking at like the hourly and you see a W, it'll play out, but it's going to be, nothing crazy, right? But when you start zooming out and you're looking at the daily or the weekly charts, you're looking at big swaths of days. And if you see this big W pattern right here, this could be a beautiful spot where this could be a nice little takeoff launch spot right here. Definitely. I think, like I keep telling you guys, I honestly think we are setting up not just for Milady, but the crypto market is setting up for another run here. And I think this next run is going to be the run where we really start taking off, and there's going to be no looking back for a while, right? This is going to be the actual, us taking into the bull market, for the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, like we've all been talking about. So, Craig, let's look that up here. But I will tell you, as of yesterday, we technically see now. You see how it says it's up. We're up like a 0.2% on the wallets. Technically, 2 weeks ago we were at 17,600. So we technically have dropped nothing crazy, but we have dropped about 60 wallets for Milady. We have dropped a little bit as far as holders for Milady. So this is what I was saying the other day was that, the fact that Milady we haven't really gone on a massive, pumps, but you can see from this drop right here to where we're at right now, we're up 20%, right? In the last few days, or the last week, we're up about 20%. Yeah, like I said, this is telling me that it's long-term holders and whales and possibly exchanges that are eating up these dips, right? That's what's probably eating up these dips, because we technically have gone down very small, but we've gone down a few wallets, so it is what it is. Like I keep telling you guys, we just still are sitting at this beautiful opportunity. Even right now, being up 20% in the last week or two, we're still in a beautiful spot where our market cap is so small that, it's just a great area to accumulate for Milady. And looking at the top holders, crypto.com still holding that top spot at around $11 million, 195 trillion. They actually have gone up. They were holding 180 trillion a few weeks ago. They've been accumulating. Crypto.com knows what's going on here. They know what's ahead of us, and they're going to take advantage of it with their crazy swap prices. Crypto.com. They'll make you think you got $10,000, right? You're like, yes, $10,000. I'm going to hit the sell. And then you see what you're getting back. You're getting back like 7,000. You're like, what the like something nuts. But they also, if you look at their prices, like if you look at like right now, if we go on crypto.com, I wonder if it'll tell us what their the price is. No. If you go, I'm sure we can go on crypto.com, like their platform, and you'll see like right now, TradingView Milady's at 57. For crypto.com, it'll say it's at right now like 65, right? So that's another thing too, is like it makes you think that you have a lot more liquidity in the project, and then when you go to sell, they're actually selling at the price that's on TradingView. So it also makes it look like they're taking a lot from you, but they're actually not. They're giving you a price of, for whatever reason, what their exchange has at the 65. I'm just going by right now. If you were to sell right now, you'd be selling, you think, at 65 on crypto.com, but really you're selling at 57. So it makes it look like there's such a big spread, that they're taking from you. They're really not taking. They're taking like whatever they have, like a 5%, fee or whatever, but it just looks like it's like 20% because their price is inflated 10% on their exchange for whatever reason. I don't understand, why they do that, but I've caught it, because at first I was like getting pissed. I'm like, bro, like Fetch AI and ICP, dude, I sold big amounts, right? I'm talking about up there, like, up there to where you got, everybody in the damn, on the channel heard me bitching for like 2 weeks. When I sold my ICP, they charged me like $500 to make the transaction. I'm like, why did they charge me so much, right? Like, I'm like, why do they charge me so much? And then I go and look, and I'm like, well, this is why. Because it made it look like I had, $1 million in freaking ICP, and really it was, like $4,000, right? Not really. I'm just throwing numbers out. So that's why whenever you actually go to sell, it's not whatever they're telling you as far as their prices on the exchanges is not technically correct. It's a little bit inflated. I don't know why they do it. They do it purposely though, not to like swindle you or try to get you. But I don't know why. Because if you do any swing trading on crypto.com, you guys know you can do like leverage trading and whatever they call it now, spot trading. If you actually look, when they pull up the Bitcoin chart on spot trading, it's dead on. It's dead on. But you go back into the regular exchange and you see Bitcoin is up like $1,000 more than what it's on, on the regular charts. So I don't know exactly what their science is behind that, but they do that. So it is what it is. But regardless, going back, crypto.com knows what the hell is going on, with Milady particularly. You can see it. Crypto.com, Bybit, number 2. We still have this mysterious wallet right here that's the top 3 holder. Then back number 4, Crypto.com again. You can see right here another mysterious wallet and the top 5, Gate.io. Another mysterious wallet, whale wallet on number 7. You got Huobi, however you pronounce that. Uniswap, another mysterious wallet on number 9. So you can see just at the top 10, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 mysterious wallets that are holding a big swath of Milady, right? That been holding for a while. So, but Crypto.com is the number 1 exchange as far as holding on to Milady. And you can see, look at this. I've been monitoring this dead null wallet right here, right? And you can see last week this was at about 498,000. You can see it's gone up a few $1,000s. So I don't know if they have already a burning mechanism already in place. It's very small, but it's already at about $500,000 that's been burned in this dead wallet right here. And it continues to rise very slowly. So I'm pretty sure if it's some kind of a burning mechanism, I don't think any of us know about it necessarily yet, but it's probably going to be based off volume. So volume right now for Milady in the last few weeks has been relatively small, right? So you're not really going to see a lot of burning going on. But as we move up and we start going crazy, you're going to see this $2-3 million volume jump up to $30, $40, $50 million. And that's probably when we're going to see this dead wallet that's right here, number 15, start moving up, in big increments. So that's another thing we'll keep an eye on. About 1% of the circulating supply has been sent to a dead wallet. So definitely awesome. TJ said, let me see, what did you say? Something blocking. I can't read it all. Says, you can make money with that. I can't see because it's stupid little heart things in my way. Did you say an Arbitrum or whatever? What you talking about, TJ? I was on a rant, so I don't even know what the hell I was 5 minutes ago what I was talking about, man. I don't know, bro. But let's just do a recap real quick. First, Myro's not doing bad. Definitely up solid on my investment. Bitcoin right now 42.7. Kind of having a little of a, one of those typical Sundays, right? One of those typical Sundays where we're not really doing much. It looks like it's really trying to hold support at this 100-day SMA, right where it's at right now. So hopefully we can hold it, set us up for a solid week coming up. I am anticipating that we're most likely going to see a good week coming up. Maybe if it's not this week, in the next few weeks, right? As we start getting closer towards this happening for sure. He's saying you can make money off of trading the on the different exchanges, but you can't really with crypto.com. Like I said, when you go to sell, it actually sells at the price that the coin that you're selling is actually at on TradingView. It's just when you're actually looking at your wallet before you sell, it's inflated. It looks like it's more than what it is. So whenever you go to sell, you think that they're taking more from you, but they're not. They're actually just selling it at a price that it's not actually at. So now Milady, again, we are at about 57. We've been kind of sitting, you guys can see, we've been kind of sitting around this area that we've been in for the last few days. Hopefully, if we do see any retracement, we hold this fib retracement around 56, and we can stay solid and just set us up for a nice solid week coming up. I really do think that we're going to have a good week in the market. So, we'll be here. If you guys are, if you're not already, make sure you guys are subscribed Monday through Thursday during the week. We are going to be coming live at around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys can make it. Just like today, we're here, ask questions. We are always here to help out and check out whatever projects you guys want to look at. So other than that, guys, like I said, we're looking good. Everything's going to be all right. Typical Sunday for today, so nothing too crazy other than maybe my road pumping. But other than that, we're really just sitting around where we were at yesterday. Milady's is still looking bullish. Bitcoin having a typical Sunday, but I think we're going to see some nice big moves coming up. So other than that, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Have a great Sunday out there. Get some fresh air. Take your mind off the charts for a little while, because this week hopefully is going to be a good week and we're going to be planted and glued to these charts. All right. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day. See ya.